Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's Daily Recap is for Friday, February 24th, 2023. February 24th, 2023. Absolutely not a cliffhanger Friday, but as we all know, the Young and the Restless really doesn't have cliffhanger Fridays. Rarely do they. And this is no different, everybody. Let's start by Lucy and Heather saying goodbye. Daniel had a very cordial, amicable goodbye. He and Heather wished each other the best. Daniel and Lucy vowed to stay connected via FaceTime and Daniel said possibly maybe you could come on vacation or something. And Heather said, you know what? We'll take that by ear, but she's leaving it open. We'll take it by ear. So in other words, look, show up. Here's the deal. Show up on FaceTime regularly. Then we could talk. Because see, now that Daniel found out that Heather is moving on, what's Daniel already doing? Well, I don't know if I want to do this video game. Well, I don't know. The whole reason was to get them back. Now, I thought the video game was to make you a better person. It was going to teach you how to upgrade your life. Well, he needs to use his own platform and his own game to upgrade his life, right? Ready to give up, throw in the towel. I don't know. They left. What did Daniel do? Go to the bar and got a stiff one. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's early in the day to be drinking, Daniel, right? So he's sitting there drinking, kind of sad, somber, that, yeah, life goes on, especially if you're a drunk. so, so anyway, unfortunately, Phyllis comes in. And Phyllis is like, oh, I saw Heather and Lucy on their way to the airport. I know it's tough to see them go. I know. But it's tough being away from your child. But you know what? With Lucy, at least, that bond, the bond between parent and child, it's a strong bond. And you all will build a relationship and come together because that's what parents do, you know. So Daniel looks at her. He goes, "You talking about me, or are you talking about you? Because it's always all about you." And Phyllis is looking like, "Wait, huh?" Because in my mind, I'm thinking, Phyllis, are you talking about you and Daniel? Do you want him to forgive you? Because that's what family does. Really, I took it that way too. However, Phyllis should have got more of an upper hand. Yes, she was wrong. She snuck out of the country, butted in his business, and he goes, don't think I haven't forgotten what you did. Is this your way of saying I should forget about it? Because you specifically did what I didn't want you to do. Specifically. And he said this to her before, and you knew I wouldn't want you to do it. That's why you snuck and did it. Because now what this has done is it's forced Daniel to really be slapped in the face with reality that his family is not coming back. Now, yes, he could still have a relationship with his daughter, but Heather wasn't running to the US to tell Daniel about her new love. She really wasn't. Phyllis kind of prompted that, you know what? Let's get this out there. Because Phyllis is making him think he's doing all this to get you all back. And Heather's thinking, well, I ain't coming back, so I guess I need to woman up and tell him. And you know what? And she didn't do it over the phone. She didn't send him an email. She didn't send him a text. She brought his daughter that he hadn't seen. And she broke the news really quite well to me, right? But Daniel kind of laid in her, talking about, her misgivings as a parent. She's been making big mistakes as a parent as of late, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, okay, Phyllis may deserve a lot, but that's still his mother. And as his mother, let me tell you something. Who do you think you're talking to? You better check your tone. I don't, I, I don't care that you're drinking. And slap the drink. Slap the drink out of his hand. Is it the alcohol making you talk like this? Because you don't need to be talking like this. I am your mother, and don't you ever forget it. Boy, I brought you into this world. Whew. We know where I was going with and no, I'm not gonna say it, but no, I didn't. I didn't like the way he felt too comfortable and talking, disrespecting her like that. Come on, Daniel. Anyway, Phyllis, as he got up, told her off as he stomps away, needing a timeout in the corner. Stark is lurking around. Stark is just lurking. Ooh, your son. God, you're on the outs with a lot, right? How about let's turn that around? I know, you'd like to get in on the action with Diane. I mean, he's just trying to enlist her. And Phyllis is looking at him. You don't know me? And I'm telling you, the way she's looking at Stark, ready to bite his head off. Do you see the look in her face? She should have been looking at Daniel like that. Boy, do you know me? Obviously, you don't know me, son. My mistake as a parent, having you think we are peers, son, right? So anyway, she tells Stark, you could tell her, my oldest is 41. I have one turning 39 next week. My daughter will be 34 at the end of the year, and my baby will be 30. Not a one of them, not a one would ever talk to me like that, ever. Period. No exaggeration, ever. Okay. Woo. Anyway, so she tells him, you don't know me. I don't need a partner. I don't need a plan. It's when people think I have no options. I've always got a plan. There's always something I can do. And I do not need to partner up with you. And he looked at her like, yeah, you say that now. You say that now. But think about it, because see, I can give you Diane on a silver platter. Look, you wouldn't get blamed for any of the fallout. You would just have the sweet victory. And I'm thinking, if it's that sweet and that easy, Stark, why are you trying to enlist Phyllis? You want a fall girl. That's really what it is. Because see, if it's so slick, so easy, you got the goods on Diane, you don't need nobody. And nobody needs to know what you did, right? See, here's the thing about Stark. He wants to blackmail. So look, he got you doing it. Now he got something over you, right? Something he could blackmail you with. And if we think about Phyllis's history, Phyllis has done some illegal, potentially murderous, manslaughterish, hackish, foramish things, right, in her life. And I want to dig deep into you Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans, because see, remember, the Young and the Restless was not one of my original soaps that I grew up with. It was All My Children, One Life to Live. I did watch Port Charles for a minute. I did watch Ryan's Hope. Somebody put something about Ryan's Hope. I did like Ryan's Hope, that little look of the Irish, right? And General Hospital was my all-time favorite. Young and the Restless came really hot and heavy for me when All My Children went off the air. I needed a replacement, right? Because all my children and young one life to live, they kind of all left at the same time. So did Phyllis ever have an accomplice with any of her crimes, bad deeds, framings, and all of that? I kind of think she's a solo kind of girl, right? From what I could remember, Phyllis is solo. So she could look you dead in the face and say, I didn't do it. Mm-mm. I didn't hit Christine. No, no, that wasn't me. Nope, I didn't bring Jeremy Stark to town. Mm-mm. So anyway, Phyllis, stay solo, fly solo, girl, because you don't need that man messing you up, messing up your flow, right? Not at all, Phyllis. So now we have, who else do we have up on deck? Up on deck, we have Chance. Now Stark sees Chance at the coffee house and he's trying to get all in Chance's ear. I'm surprised Chance didn't just tase him. Because anytime you're going to come up in my face, and I'm a detective that arrested you, telling me, ooh, your personal life, man, that's a little shambles, huh? Ooh, how'd that work? Your wife's uncle committed a crime, him and Diane. Must be hard for you. Oops, should I say ex-wife? Oh, and Chance was ready to pound him. Chance looked at him. Don't you ever bring up my personal life in anything. Nothing, nada. Okay? Now, you back in town? You're back in town for one thing. You're back in town to cause some trouble. Maybe do something illegal. No, I'm back in town for the great Genoa City hospitality and atmosphere. And Chance is looking at him like, let me put you on notice. I'm gonna be watching you. And so what Stark told him is, yeah, but you know what? How do you feel? How do you feel knowing that you were duped by Genoa City's finest, Jack Abbott and Diane? How do you feel about that? Yeah. So Chance goes over to Jack and Diane's because he now is Jack and Diane's, right? Diane, somebody put a package on the doorstep. First, I thought Diane sent that to herself. But then when I rewatched the scene, how she came down the stairs, opening the door, look, because I guess somebody rang the doorbell, and then she looked down and saw the package. If she would have planted it herself, she would have opened the door and immediately picked it up, right? So Jack comes, oh, over there. I know that's Jeremy Stark. I know it. He's trying to send a message. See, now we miss Victim again. We're Miss Victim. Remember, before they framed him, I can handle Jeremy with my eyes closed. I got this. But I don't know what's in that package. So they put it on the little table or whatever. Credenza, coffee table, wherever they put a desk. Chance comes in and he's saying, you know, I just ran into Stark and I'm telling you, I think the man is up to no good, blah, blah, blah. You know, you all need to be on guard. And Jack said, we ran into him, you know, earlier. And as a matter of fact, he sent something to us that, you know, we know is a veiled threat. And so they pick up the envelope and Chance says, oh, okay, then why wasn't I called? Diane's like, what? You feel this is a veiled threat from Stark. Why was the PCG, because it's Port Charles, GCPD not called? See, this is the kind of thing, and Chance is like, you all think you could just do what you want to do. Well, you can't. You know, Chance is like, no. as it is. That whole jewelry heist thing, well, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I've got some questions and some concerns about that. And Jack is like, and Diane's like, look at us, right? He says, but then, see, you feel this is such a threat and you haven't even, you don't even know what it is, then the police should be involved. And so Diane says, oh, forget it. She goes and grabs it. And Chance is like, what? And as he's telling her, wait, she rips it open, takes the book out. This is just like Jeremy. And it's a novel on some heist, right? This is the kind of stuff he does. And Chance looked at her and he said, like, say, for one thing, maybe there were fingerprints on it, right? Which could have been another reason why Diane did rip it open, put her fingerprints all over it, because maybe she did send it, right? She knows they got a Ring doorbell and she opened it up and it's probably camera watching her. She goes, hey, yes, yeah, oh, yeah, Diane. And so when she does that, Chance is like, now you were supposed to be so afraid of this. Look at what you did. So anyway, he goes, and I'm going to tell you guys something. You are not going to handle Stark on your own. You're not going to develop nothing. That's for me. That's for the police department. I'm putting you both on notice right now. And I'm going to be watching, just like I told Jeremy Stark, I'm going to be watching him. I'm going to be watching both of you, right? Watching you. So Chance leaves. So now Jack has said, oh, let's get away for some kind of romantic, whatever. Let's get away. Let's go away. So they're going to do that. And then we have Nate talking to Elena. Ooh, something's up. I gotta get Lily. I'm gonna have lunch with Lily. And Elena's like, that's gonna backfire. Nate, it's none of your business. I think you need to stay out of it. No. We're family. And I gotta see if I can resolve this between them. What would make no, you ain't want to resolve nothing. You want to see if you could get down deep and say, what's happening, and drive a wedge. That's what you want to do. And see if you can find out something you could tell your kissing buddy, Victoria. So he leaves to go meet Lily, and Elena's getting ready she opens the door, and Abby's walking by. And so she asked Abby, can I talk to you for a quick minute? And Abby's like, well, I was on my way to a meeting, but okay. Comes in, and doggone it, after 5 minutes of in, doesn't Abby just spill all of Devon's personal business to Elena? See, now Elena's saying there's speculation. Nate saw Christine, so Nate is feeling like something's going on. And first she goes, so, what's going on? I want to bring them together. Oh, I can't tell Devon's business. And then she proceeds to tell Devon's business. Devon needs to check Abby. Needs to check her good, right? So Elena's like, oh, wow. She goes, the problem is Nate is trying to meet with Lily. And my worry is he's going to make things worse, right? So Nate, it shows Nate and Lily. Lily meets Nate, and she's sitting down. What's this about, Nate? Oh, I wanted to get us together because I'm hearing, some rumors, from some of my old contacts from Chancellor Winters. And Lily looks at him. That there's some kind of, distinction or dissension between you and Devon. And I want to know what's going on. So Lily looks across at him and says, first of all, Nate, it is none of your business. None of what's going on at Chancellor Winters. And he goes, no, I'm saying, as family, I hate to see the fact that you two there's a problem, and I want to come in, and I feel I'm obligated to mediate and make it better. And she looked at him. She said, like, she almost said that's laughable. She goes, again, whatever's going on between me and Devon is none of your business, Nate. And for the record, Lily tells him, you and I are not family. We're not family. And Nate looks at her. But then Devon walks in, and he's thinking, what's happening over there? And he could see Lily's tone and the way she's talking to Nate. And realistically, Devon's coming over to jump in on his sister's side, because Nate is their common enemy. But now Lily feels he's her enemy, right? And so Lily goes, oh, so this was your plan to get us together? And Nate's like, no, I didn't know Devon was coming. And you doggone right, Nate. Because Nate's a snake, Lily. You knew he wouldn't have invited Devon at all. He goes, I didn't know he's and Devon's like, whoa, I just came in to have a drink. I don't even know what's going on here. And so she goes, well, Nate is trying, no, or Nate may have said, well, I heard there's some problems, Chancellor Winters, and problems between you and Lily, and I wanted to find out what's going on and see if I could bring you to the. And Devon looked at him and said, first of all, before Devon said that, no, I think he did say, first of all, it's none of your business, Nate. And then Lily says, that's rich coming from you. And she jumps up, because you want to talk about, because he goes, you ain't family, mind your own business. You want to talk about family and what family should do. You wouldn't be suing us. Oh, now look, any reporter, anybody around would know what's happening, because Lily's telling it loudly in society, So let's not talk about family. Let's not talk about, none of anybody's business. I'm out of here. You two can, have it. And so she just storms off. And Devon looked at Nate and he said, I was coming to have a drink, but I don't like the atmosphere. So he's turning to walk away, and Nate stands up. Devon, is it true? See, now he got a tidbit. Is it true? You're trying to you're trying to sue Chancellor Winters? Neil would not want that. And Devon looked at him and said, first of all, I'm going to tell you again, it's none of your business. Second of all, don't you ever talk to me about Neil, because you hardly knew the man. And he turned and he walked away. And Nate is like, See, he didn't care about bringing them together. That was never his intention. It was to find out what he could find out to cause tension, more tension, right? Watch, Nate's going to run home to Elena and say, ooh, see, I knew it. Devon can't be a team player. Devon, I knew it was all Devon, and Devon wants to do this. And Devon, and they got the nerve to talk about me. But look, Devon, see, it has nothing to do with wanting to bring the family together. And you know what Elena's going to see? She's going to look at that and she's going to say, for one, I told you it was a bad idea to do, Nate. Told you that. For two, it doesn't seem like you truly wanted to bring them together. It looks like you kind of wanted some information. Yeah, Elena will call brass taxes. She will. So anyway, yeah, that's how that went. That's how that happened. So let's go to comment corner. Nothing else happened on the Young and the Restless. Comment corner. We have Vanessa. Vanessa says, I am truly enjoying your updates on Young and the Restless. It's so refreshing to have someone like you give us the recap. It's like sitting down with a cup of your favorite drink. Look, wine. I don't drink anything before a recap because any kind of alcohol, you're all mellow. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, wait, what did happen today? So I save my favorite drinks after the recaps at night when I'm all done. So anyway, and really my favorite drink right now is soju, the yogurt flavored soju. I love that stuff. Anyway, and having a conversation about what's happening. Bravo, bravo. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa. That's exactly the way I wanted these daily recaps to be. And Libby says, me too, Vanessa. I shared early on with Daily Recap Lady that my mom and I used to watch the soaps together, then continued by phone after I married and moved away. We talk about the characters like they were real people and go on and on about the stupid things some of them did. Our favorite resurrecting from the dead plot was Reva on Guiding Light. She became an angel, then God allowed her to return to earth as a human. Yeah, soaps will do that for you, right? General Hospital had some crazy freeze the world plots too. Sherry says, Ashley doesn't want Newman to have Tucker's company. I think she will get Devon involved and try to mend the hurt that Tucker caused. I kind of think she's going to get Devon involved as well, and she should, because guess what? Look, everybody. Devon right now, his holdings are pretty much held captive by Chancellor Winters right now, right? But if he buys on the side, McCall Unlimited, won't that man have a powerhouse behind him? He will have more force behind him to get his company back. You're doggone right. Victoria was talking to Nate, telling Nate that she had, special plans for him. Maybe that's on the next episode. And no, I didn't look ahead. I'm just a little behind with the recap one day. So she was saying, I got plans. McCall Unlimited has a phenomenal music catalog that'll be great for Newman Media. Yeah, buddy. Let Devon get it. Nate doesn't know jack about music and running a label. So anyway, let's see. Sherry says Kyle still hasn't told Summer that Diane spent Stark's money. Yeah, Summer doesn't know all that. And then Unique says Billy was played by Burgess Jenkins when he and Chelsea were together. See, I did not know that, everybody. I did not know that. So what did I do? And this is going to look a little different. I looked it up. I looked it up as the various faces of Billy, the various faces of Billy Abbott. We have from the early onset, David Tom, right there. And who was his sister, everybody? Heather Tom. She used to play Victoria. That's when Victoria had blonde hair. And then Heather went over to The Bold and the Beautiful, right? So her brother was on the show, and they were on the show for a time together. Then we had, and that was from 1999 to 2002. Then we have from 2002 to 2003, Ryan Brown. Look at that fine hunk there. I do not remember. This had to be when I wasn't watching it. But I do remember when David Tom was on. I do not remember that guy at all being Billy. Woo, Billy Abbott, my goodness. And then we had, let's see, but David Tom also came back in 2014. But then from 2006, there was a Scott Seymour. Now, there were no pictures of Scott Seymour on the internet. So, I don't know. That's how rememberable he was as Billy. And then we have 2008, Billy Miller came on the scene. That's the Billy I know is Billy Miller. That's the Billy I was used to for the most. And he was 2008 to 2014. And then for a brief stunt in 2014, Burgess Burgess Jenkins came back for a brief minute there. Burgess did. And then now from 2016 to present, we have Jason Thompson as Billy Abbott. And I tell you, first it was hard for me to see him in a position other than Noah Drake from General Hospital. I just really knew him as Noah, but you know what? He's played Billy long enough that I'm used to seeing him as Billy on, Billy Abbott on The Young and the Restless. So that's just a little research that I did. And let's see, Libby says there's no way that Jack would be encouraging Billy if he weren't in a situation he's in with Diane. He needs someone else in a disapproving relationship or disapproved relationship too. Yes, he does. And then writer Josh isn't hiring anyone else to take the place of the fired writers, but I'll let him know that you offered to share your expertise. Yeah, that is funny. For the Dark Shadows soap, I never watched Dark Shadows. The writers would open the stage doors and ask the fans that hung out outside of filming when they got confused or forgetful about these soap plots. I have entire series on DVDs which feature interviews with the actors and staff. There's one of the tidbits they shared. That's one of the tidbits they shared. And then Monique says, Justin Hartley was playing Adam at the time. Wow. Okay. We've had that was some real good stuff. Because yeah, I just did not remember Adam and Chelsea. Not Adam and Chelsea, Billy and Chelsea. I thought the first time Billy and Chelsea were ever together was when, Victor had Billy Miller put in jail. And when he came out, Chelsea came, to Genoa City. No, that would have been the Billy before Billy Miller came out of jail. You know what? You're right. I remember when Billy left the show, when he went, because it was a period, he was gone there for a minute. He was gone, right? And then when they finally showed him in the dark in this jail cell, it was Billy Miller that emerged as Billy Abbott. I remember that now because I remember saying, hey, they got a new Billy. And then Chelsea soon followed him to town with Johnny. So anyway, that was some history. Listen, Y&R Daily Recap fans, we are approximately, I think I'm 20 recaps away. 20 subscribers away. 8, yep. I'm at 979. It might be 980 if I refresh, but I'm not refreshing right now. What I'm going to do when I reach 100, I am doing a special live Zoom with my General Hospital daily recap folks, because I have a ton of them. Y&R, we've got my around the coffee table recap folks, handful. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mix the two because General Hospital and Y&R are just so two different soaps, but I am going to do a special little something for Y&R. Now I know some of you Y&R fans, like poor Libby. Libby is rehabbing right now, and rehab well, Libby. And some folks have illnesses and, going through a lot of things like everybody. So I know you may not want to show your camera on Zoom, and you don't have to. But what I would still like is to have you live on Zoom. Just your name could show and you could speak because it's going to be short. And I just want to talk about Y&R. I want to hear what is your all-time favorite storyline with The Young and the Restless. It could be way back in the day. It could be now. But I'm going to do this as special 1,000 followers daily recap. Now, this has to be those of you that have been rocking with me, not from the very, very beginning, because guess what? It took people time to find my channel, right? But it has to be someone that I feel that I know, someone that comments regularly, okay? Because there are strict rules with going live. No cursing. You know, they don't curse on soaps. If you notice, I don't curse on the recap. So there's no swearing / cursing / foul language. I know how to push the mute button, right? And if you are going to have your camera on, you must be appropriately dressed. Those are the rules, because I know how to push the stop video button. Okay. So anyway, listen, if you are interested in just coming on and really talking like you're talking with friends, because we will be live as friends, I want you to send me an email. You can privately email me. I mean, it's right there somewhere on my channel where it talks about, but listen, it's dailyrecaps@gmail.com. That's the email, dailyrecaps with an S @gmail.com, and say, hey, Daily Recap Lady, I would like to share my favorite YNR story on the 1,000 subscribers celebration episode. So it's going to be fun. And I'm not going to leave you Young and the Restless fans out, because when I first started this daily recap, it was only General Hospital. It really was. And then my daughter said, Mom, but you watch the Young and the Restless every day too. Why wouldn't you do the Young and the Restless as well? And I thought about it and I said, but that's going to be double the work. And then I said, but you know what? I do watch the Young and the Restless too. So what? It's double the work. So anyway, I will be back for the next daily recap for Monday, February 27th, 2023.